Well, Trinity 7, we've had our adventures, we've had our fun times, we've had our Lizelottes, but the last episode has finally arrived with us, and this is one that I'm not particularly gonna miss, actually. I feel like, you know what, I had my fun with Trinity 7, you know, maybe I should just stay like that with those episodes that I did have fun with, but I feel like the anime kind of made me feel a little bit slightly less interested in the manga afterwards, because like I read the manga, you know, before, and so I actually knew where the anime was going to end. At this point, I had like a high guess saying, okay, it's going to end here, and it just felt like a perfect time to, you know, this arc ended, and it's just a perfect time. And it was just like, you know, it was really cool. I really want to see more, and I did see a little bit more afterwards, like where the manga ended off, and it's like, yeah, it's like the anime, like how we just did this last episode, I don't know, it just really felt very lackluster. Felt like, even for anime only watchers and all that, I felt this episode for people would be very lackluster, and felt like, oh, like the first 12 minutes is like, okay, it's the final battle and all that we've been expecting and all that, and the rest of it just felt like a very slow just dates, and that felt like so very misplaced with the rest of the series. I know even as well after watching the series and all, I thought that this would just be like an OVA or something. I thought that they would try and drag out, you know, the last chapter and all that, make, you know, fill out with like a lot more battle and ecchi and stuff like that, but for what people was expecting and all that, it was kind of a little bit underwhelming. I mean, the first 5 minutes of this episode literally was them charging up, like connecting to their archives and stuff like that, saying like, we're going in, finding out Arata, and, you know, finally met Lizelotte again. Actually had the fight as well, where we saw, you know, a few little small attacks here and there, and it was pretty much up to Arata, like, using, you know, Lilith as well to fire off his giant ultimate attack as well, and it was like, okay, that was pretty hype, but that was the fight there. That was pretty much it. She realized, okay, this thing is way too powerful because he's like a proper true Demon Lord candidate. And a lot of the reasons she did this is because she saw the future. She's literally hasn't got a physical body anymore, and she's able to, like, you know, predict that, you know, if he's with the Trinity 7 and all that, this is what he'll become. He'll actually dominate the Trinity 7 and he'll become the Demon Lord itself. And, you know, that's kind of like what he's doing. He's like, oh, I'll just, you know, I won't do that, you know, I'll become a different person, kind of sort of like thing. And it's like, just like the way how it ended was so like, like we had this build up to her returning, and it just felt very lackluster. I mean, I felt like this in the manga as well, but it's just like, and then the last like 12 minutes, like we saw, you know, the main baddie and all that takes Hijiri away and that crystal, so she ain't got a physical body anymore. And she's like, I'm gonna turn this into the anti like Demon King like thing you've ever seen, like that. And it was like, you know, it's like cool and all that, and it's like, you know, oh, I'll even control the Demon Lord, I'll control you, and I'll get, you know, Hijiri back and all that. So it's like his goal pretty much from the start hasn't even like changed like from that, so I kind of do like that. But it's like the last, you know, kind of like a few minutes of this episode was just like, oh, the day, and it was like between Lilith and, you know, Arata, and it was kind of like very generic kind of ending. You know, I've got my friends, I've got, like, you know, the people I care about and all that, and, you know, it was a slight near kiss between Lilith and Arata, but I was like, honestly, it just wasn't really there for like the last episode and all that. So like it didn't leave that much of an impact, like they were saying, damn, this was an awesome series and all that, or it was like, damn, that's a series that you want to talk about with friends. Because honestly, I would just talk about this with friends and all that for a laugh, saying, yeah, I got a few laughs out of this, and, you know, I had a few itchy moments in it. But it's like, honestly, for Trinity 7, out of everything I reviewed and all that, yeah, put it in the same league as DxD. Like, only certain people will like it, mainly perps, pretty much like me. But I had fun with it. But I think definitely as well for the last episode, it kind of put me off the series quite a bit. I was like, it had its run for me and all that, and it's like there are way better, more etchier shows and all that, and there's just better shows in general as well than this. So for the last episode, I don't even know to give it between a 4 to a 5, honestly. It was like just very lackluster and just kind of meh. That's like how I describe the series as a whole. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think about it. But that's honestly all from me, so thank you very much for putting up with all these Trinity 7 videos, but I'll see you guys next time.